Welcome to SEC Second Look on AL.com. The eyes of college football last week were on the Magnolia State, Mississippi. This week, again with the Auburn Tigers going to Mississippi State. Mike, you were in Starkville last week for the win against Texas A&M. This team's for real, these Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it starts with the quarterback, Dak Prescott. I mean, I thought going into this season he was primed for a breakout year, and I think he's even exceeded those expectations. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks, top playmakers in the country. He keeps proving it every other week. Stopping him or at least slowing him down is job one for the Auburn Tigers.
In my mind, the two most accomplished teams in college football this year are Mississippi State and Auburn, both on the field Saturday against each other. How do you see this matchup?
Well, I see two dynamic quarterbacks, Nick Marshall on one side and Dak Prescott on the other. I see two teams with secondaries that possibly could be had, but Mississippi State really kind of shut down Texas A&M for 3 quarters on Saturday. Let Texas A&M get back in the game a little bit with some garbage time points in the fourth quarter, but really for the most part kept Kenny Hill in check, kept those receivers in check. That's one of the most dynamic passing offenses in the country. If they can do that to Texas A&M, I like their chances. On the other hand, I think Auburn needs to establish the run. Obviously, that's number one for them every week. This is a tough front seven to run against. It's going to be a tall order. But if they can have a nice balance of run and pass, I still think they can win this game. I think that really the balance for both teams is important. They need to both be able to run and pass.
So you were there last week, maybe the biggest game in Starkville history. What do you think just about the idea that they could come back again with that kind of emotion and that kind of readiness for a team as good as Auburn?
Well, it's a tall order, obviously, and the good thing for them last week is that they had a bye week between the big win over LSU at LSU and the game with Texas A&M. They don't have that luxury this time. They go from having SEC Nation on campus for the first time ever to having game day on campus. It's just going to ratchet it up. How quickly can they come down from that big win over A&M and get ready for Auburn? I think that's a good question, and it may be a factor that plays into Auburn's favor.
It's number 2 versus number 3. Again, another week where Mississippi State playing the biggest game they've ever hosted. Auburn with another huge opportunity to move up the rankings or at least stay in that playoff contention.